Good morning, everyone. Let's start the session now. So, am I audible, right?
Yeah,
Hello.
good morning, Mohin.
Good morning. Okay. Seems I'm only this 3 time. Okay, we'll move on to session. So, if you want me to practice, I will do. Otherwise, I will move on to session. What shall we do? Shall we continue this session or hello? Hello. Hello. கேக்குது எல்லாத்துக்கும் அருண்குமார் செந்தில் விஜய்
ரொம்ப மைல்டா கேக்குது ப்ரோ.
Am I audible?
பேக்ரவுண்ட் நாய்ஸ் ரொம்ப அதிகமா.
Others? Hello. Hello.
எஸ் சார் இப்போ கேக்குது.
Hello.
கேக்குது ப்ரோ.
Everyone else? Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, yes, Mohin. Just we have a
Hello.
background noise. Just mute everyone and then check.
Hello. Hello. Please respond me. I'm not hearing anything.
Hello, Mohideen,
Yeah.
are you able
Yes.
to hear?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
just mute everyone
Okay.
so that yeah, we have a background noise.
Okay. Okay. We'll move on. Okay. I will move on to session. Seems. Otherwise, if you want, I will do practice. So otherwise, we'll move on to session. So yesterday we are actually talking about the folder scan, right? So we all know what it is and how to do that, right? I told you need to import OS. So here is that. So apart from list and scan DAR, so what else we can do with it folders? So just tell me, we'll move on like that way. So say for example, I have shown you side right how scan and list is working actually, how scan list works. So similarly, let me know what else we can play with it. So what else we can do with it. So you are going to answer for your question. So when I click that, what happened? We can able to find that data, right? So this is what we have seen is in last class. That is list and scan DAR. So what else we can do with it? Hello.
Is it? Can we find a particular file? If it's somewhere in the subfolder or somewhere
That's it.
like that.
That is list. That is what we have seen. It's a scan, right? List or scan. If you want to be more particular, what to do? Like I want to explore a backup also. What to do? So by default, you will get it right. OS.list DAR. So here you will get both files and folder, right? So you need to
List of file.
list one more time, right? So if it's a backup means what to do? What to do?
Desktop slash backup.
Plus backup. So from this list, right? So for that there is a one more attribute will help you out. That is os.path. So this is actually going to parse your path and it will check. So it contains a lot of possibilities. What else we can do with path? Let's see that. So der os.path. Okay. So let's start with ABS path. What is ABS path? And one more thing is that is relative path. What is the relative path? Any cases what it might be? What is ABS and the relative path? Absolute. ABS means absolute
Absolute
path
path.
and relative path. What is absolute path and what is relative path?
Absolute path could be the actual path.
Okay. ABS path. So absolute path means, say for example, if I'm going to say, if you want to pass the backup alone, okay, we need a complete set of path, right? So if I'm in a particular directory, that's fine. So if say for example, I'm in a web apps, Credo, env and bin. When I say os.listedr, just backup alone, will it work?
No.
Because this is called relative path. Relative path means where you are in, from that if you give something, it will take your current path, current working directory plus path which you actually given. That is called relative path. So relative path means you just give something from where you are in. That's enough. Okay. So that case, what happened? It might not work because it should be exist in the current working directory. Otherwise, it will lead to an error. Okay. So I'm going to change my directory in this case. os.chdr. I'm going to change it into desktop. Okay. So I've changed my directory. So when I say os.listdr, it is listing from my current directory, that is desktop. Okay. When I say this, will it work or not?
Yes.
Because you are in the corresponding directory, so it will work. This is called
Absolute path. Okay.
relative path. Relative in the sense we don't need to pass the complete set of path. Got it? Just where you are in. So where you are in, that is more than enough. So say for example, you are actually traveling into somewhere, okay, and if someone, so you need some certain map to reach the destination. If someone give you from a route like from source to destination, that is called absolute path. But if someone giving you the path like a Google Maps, just take a Google Map as an example, like a GPS, a mobile with GPS, mobile without GPS. In mobile without GPS, what you will do, you will actually searching from source to destination, and you will find where you are in the middle. So you will check the road from all the way, like from source to destination, and if you are in the middle, you will mark it out and you search from that. That's fine. Okay, that is called absolute path. So if you got some path between source to destination, that is absolute path. Now if you have a GPS mobile, you will locate your location. Okay, and you are fetching a route from your where you are into destination, not you won't search from a source to destination. That is what? That is what?
Relative.
Relative path. Got it? So this is the difference between absolute and relative. Absolute require source, the complete source from where to end, till the end. But relative means where you are into till the end. Okay. So that where we actually using a relative path. So in case if you are building a cross-platform application, got it? So like say you made some script and you convert it into software or application. There, if I use absolute path, okay, what happens? that particular file was there in my own machine. If I convert it into application and if you port it into somewhere else, someone, or this is a Linux and I'm giving a path like a slash home, etc. But if you port this application into Windows, will it work or not? It will lead to an error, right? Because in Windows, the path should be C colon program files or D colon something, right?
Yes.
The path might vary. That time, which one shoots? Which type of path will shoot?
Relative.
Because a relative will take relative will take the source path automatically and it will bind it together along with your relative path. So you don't need to worry about it. Got it? So you don't need to worry about it. So that is an advantage of relative path. But in some case, if you are building an application for one user, I mean the one customer or one vendor, and you don't want them to copy that application too, because they might sell it to someone else, right? That case, it is better to use absolute path, because if they copy it to hand out to someone else, what happens? The path might mismatch and it might not work. Okay, and if you want to be static, then you can go with absolute. If you want to be dynamic, it is better to choose relative path. This is the difference between absolute and relative. Okay, and for relative, the only thing is the file should be exists in the current working directory, otherwise it will never work as like this. So previously the same code raises an error, right? The same code raises error, but here it is not, because I have changed my directory into desktop. In desktop, it contains the folder, the corresponding folder, so it is working. Understand? So if I want to make it work in absolute way, you need to pass the complete absolute path. Now it will work. Understand? So this is what? This is what? This is what?
Absolute path,
And this is
relative path.
relative. Got it? So when you say os.path dot abs path, so this will actually give you the absolute path for your current working directory. Okay. So when I say relative path, what will I get it?
Backup.
Pardon? How backup? Backup is from this to some destination. I'm already in the current directory only. So when you say relative path, you just say dot. Or if you give a backup, it will give you dot, the backup from backup. I told you, right, from where you are into till the destination. So here I'm here only. So it will give you the relative path from here to this. So this one, what? This will OS path dot ABS path or relative path will give you the absolute path for your given input and a relative path for your given input. That's it. If we say backup, you will get complete path from a source to till backup. So backup is just what you're actually giving. I mean the destination. That's it. If you give something else, it will react based on that. So if I say so we have one more folder called PyDocs. If I give PyDocs, it will return the PyDocs alone. If I give absolute path, it will give the complete path for PyDocs. So OS.path path contains the more options. So this is one among that, ABS path and relative. So hope you will get it. What is difference between ABS and absolute path and relative path, right? Now we'll see DER name. What is DER name? So here as like a ABS, I have shown you two difference, right? ABS and relative. But similarly, for DER name, we have two things.
Directory name.
One is a directory name and one more is a base name. What is the difference between directory and base name?
The folder name is called the directory name.
Directory name means if you're giving something, the one step ahead means if I pass a backup, right? Where backup was resides till desktop, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Where this is resides in a desktop. That is called directory name. Sorry. That is called directory name. So here it is. I have passed the relative path. So it says empty. If I pass an absolute path,
Into full path
it will give you till
from the beginning.
from beginning till desktop. Got it? So why we need DA now? Say for example, if you are in a directory or you got some path and you need to create some files in the same path. Got it? So say for example, I have been given a JPEG. So yesterday we have seen image, right? Image resizing, correct? So in that case, I have resized the images and I want to save it in the same directory. So for me, what happens? So the image was saved in a different location. So that case, what to do? You need to fetch the directory name. So this will give you the directory name. So this will actually extract the directory name from simply removing this file name from it. So you got a directory name and you can bind your file name, sample.jpg, etc. Got it? This is
Mohitin, it
yeah.
will, I'm sorry, it will not take the OS based commands and fetch it. Like here, we are giving based on the that directory structure or folder name.
os.path.el. Yeah.
Yeah, so it will not fetch based on the commands. I mean to say, like pwd or something like that. With the help of that command, it will not fetch.
You mean a shell command, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on to that. So first we'll talk about the path. I told you, right? So this is then what else do you can do with the listed ES, CanDR, how to create, etc. We are actually talking about that. Once we're done with it, we'll move on to that shell command, how to run a shell command with the file profile. We'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
it?
Okay.
So yesterday
Yeah.
I've shown you OS dot listed ER, it will list out, right? Similarly, I can say OS dot just shell commands. It will give me the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Got
We'll
it.
discuss that.
Got it.
Okay. So now os.path.der name will give you the directory name for your files. So if you pass some set of files, it will give you till the end. So till the parent, this is the actual give you the parent. So what is the parent for this file? Till desktop is a parent, right? You will get a parent. And what is base name? Base name will give you the child. What is a child? Backup is a child. Backup is a child. Got it? You understand? Have you understand this?
Can you repeat
Backup is
one
a,
more time, sir?
what is the difference between absolute and relative? If you give the complete path, that is absolute, and if you're giving the only the selected one, that is a relative, right? Similarly, der name will give you the parent, and the base name will give you child. Child means the depth one, the last one, the last child, whatever it might be. You can say anything you want. It will simply give you the child. It is just extracting that parent and child from your complete path. Your complete path, and you want to extract the parent to create one more file in the same location. There we're using der name. And if you want to create, if you are actually doing the conversion, like you are actually converting JPEG to PNG with the same name, that time you need a complete path and you need to convert that into different, right? That case we need a child. So for that, base name will help you out. So we can extract the name and we can append a child name into it. Got it? So this is the difference between der and base name. Base name will give you child, der will give you the parent. Got it?
Okay.
So let's move on to other thing, like what else we can do with it. Okay.
Can we find if can we find whether that is a file or a folder? How to find
Yes,
it? The
exactly.
list.
That is what I'm going to talk about. So what is there? So find it out yourself. Do you have anything similar attribute here? Do you have any such similar attributes?
File is there.
Just read out properly. So here I'm have a file in this folder. I'm having both files and folders, right?
Yeah.
I want to sort it out. or I will take a desktop as an example. Here I'm having both files and folder. I want to list it out what is files and what is folder. So find out the add such similar attribute, whether it is available or not. How to find it? Find it yourself. Check the names.
We see
You
file.
said if you want to find whether it is file or not. For that,
Okay.
what it should be. We have seen from a string attributes.
Is directory is our is file is directory.
An attribute which starts with this will give you true or false, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, yes, sir. Is directory is file.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's there.
Which
Is
looks like
directory.
similar. Hello. Hello guys.
Is my voice audible?
Hello.
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 We can hear.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello. 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 Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, yes, Martin.
Yeah,
You
please
are
tell me
audible.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Senthil Kumar, say you told me something, right? What it is? What is the relevant attribute?
We can use the is directory, right?
Is dir. Okay. OS dot path dot is dir and is file. Got it? So I'm going to iterate for okay, and I can say OS dot path dot is file. See, these are files, and if you want to do the same thing, and I want to sort it out, I want to segregate a folder. If folder exists, what to do? I need to search even more. Got it? So I'm doing is dir. Is dir exists? What to do? You need to scan one more time. OS dot listed dir with F. This is scan once again, right? Because the folder is detected. So once the folder detected, it is actually scanning one more time. Got it? But here the problem is when you say if you got what you will get a relative path. Okay, it will work if you are in a current directory. Otherwise, say for example, I'm in backup and I'm in one more folder, right? I'm having one more folder. Will it work or not? This won't works because what happened? It will pass it as a just a BCK. So here again you are getting a BCK1. You are actually not getting the complete path, right? So it will take your current path plus BCK. So BCK was not exist in this folder, so it will raise an error. You need to maintain the chain, then only it will work. So whenever you move inside, you need to parse your current path, you need to bind a relative path according to that. So please practice, you'll get to know about it. Got it? So this is the way to find whether it is a file or not. So now we are talking about whether it is a file or not. We can do it with is dir and is file. We can segregate it whether it is a file or not. Got it? Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. And then just try it out. What else it is there? Exist mean what? It will ensure whether your file or folder is exist or not. Because we might be mistakenly gave os dot path dot is dir. It says false, but there is a no. But what we will think, so even though here I thought to do, if it is not file, then do scan. That is what I thought, but it is not a correct one, because if you give a wrong input, what happened, this will lead to an error, right? Because there is a no folder called samis exist. So that time what to do, you need to whether ensure whether it is exist or not. Was the path dot exist. It is not exist, so then you don't need to scan. Understand? That was not exist at all, so you don't need to scan it. Got it? Or you don't need to list it out. Otherwise, what happened? This will lead to an error. If you say listed here, it will lead to there is a file not found error. Got it? So before proceeding with that, we can give this such condition check. So it will ensure whether it is there or not. OS path dot exist. Understand? So try that each and everything. What is actually showing that. So other than, so you all know what is get size. Get size will return the size. We already get it through scan here.
So is there a way to find, say suppose in desktop I opened the 2 or 3 files, can we find it here, like the files are in open state or?
Whether it is open or not, it is up to, we can achieve it through the commands is there, like what is that, the process command. The process command, say for example, but that is different, we'll talk about that. I'll show you whether the Skype is open or not. So here the Skype was open, right? So I can find it out how many Skype. So this is related to process, not with the files.
Okay.
File means it is there, whether it is you're checking whether it is there, how to create, that's it. That is called handling. Okay. But what else what you're talking about is processing. If you open this folder, that is called processing. We can ensure whether the folder was opening or not. What happened by that system will allocate certain memory from CPU and a RAM. From it will allocate some certain process from a CPU and allocate some certain memory from a RAM. So until it is opened, memory was allocated. Once it is closed, the memory will be free. Got it? So that is related to process. We'll talk about processing. Okay. And the next thing we have to talk about that is, we all know what is the get size stats. You all know that. And then we have to talk about separated and split. Okay, what it is on the split text. What are you actually going to do? So this will help you out in a Windows. So this will actually split out your drive. So we want to actually say in a HCC. Okay. So what they said, it will be work with Windows, not for Linux. What they said, this will on POSIX. POSIX means the Linux based operating system. The drive is always empty. So the first part will be drive. This is what they said. The first segment is drive. The second is the rest of your path. Got it? So this is will be a drive. It will be work with the Windows. So here I'm not able to give the proper Windows path. Otherwise, you will get the Windows, the folder that is a drive. We have more than one drive in Windows, right? We are actually partitioning your drive, right? So you will get a drive here, and here you will get the path. So this will help us to create such folder structure in another drive also. We can make a folder copy, etc. We can implement it with this method. Got it? And the slash won't. If you use a single slash, if you utilize the exact Windows path, it won't work. It will raise an error because you all know in a string slash is a dedicated syntax to keep your content in a new line. Got it? So you need to say or you need to give double slash to escape it. You need to give R means a raw string. It will consider slash as a part of your string. If you say R, it's a raw string, or you need to give a double slash to escape that from a syntax error. Got it? So it will check whether if it is exists and it will split it into drive along with the path in Windows. Try it out. Try it out in your machines. So now OS dot split text. What is OS dot split text going to do? So this will, as I told you, so if you are in converting one image to another, I mean one format to another, so you need to create a same image name with a different format, right? Just say OS dot path dot split text will return this till this one, and this is the second portion. So you can simply change. So you can go with 0th index, just say plus dot png. That's it. Got it?
My voice audible?
Hello, Mohideen. We are not able to hear you. Hello.
Sorry. It was mute. Sorry, mistaken. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, it was in mute. So, OS dot have you understood what is OS dot path separator? So OS dot path dot separator will give you the separator, the path separator, whether no matter which OS you are in. So if it is a Windows, it will give you backward slash. If it is a POSIX like a Windows or Mac, it will give you forward slash. Okay, so it will take care of the separator, and we don't need to worry about that. And we can say, oh, you might have a so. Why don't we say like this? But this will lead to an error because we won't able to use this line in Windows, because in Windows you will get path like this, but it won't work with Windows, right? But if I use this line, this will work with Windows. To prepare a cross-platform, it is better. This is the better choice to use OS.path as separated. That's why I have. So in my above example, you might notice here I have a hard coded because you need to understand. So if a hard code, this is fine for my machine because it is a static one, so it is fine. But if your code should be work with a cross platform, and this is not a preferable way, it is better to go with OS.path separator. Separator will give you the slash. It depends upon OS. If it is a Windows, you will get this slash. Sorry, this slash. If it is a Linux, you will get this slash in a OS.path separator, and you don't need to worry about it. Got it? Or else, what you can do with, you can use a join instead. Okay. So with the help of join, OS.path.join, we don't need to pass separate also. Just give downloads. Just give backup. That's more than enough. It will bind it together. We don't need to worry about that. So join will detect the OS and it will prepare the separator and will take care of. You can add n number of paths. Got it? That is the help of OS path join. Okay. So rest, please practice and let me know if you have any doubts in this. And we'll move on to, now we'll fall back to os.der. So der of OS. So we have seen list scan, right, and path also. Now we are going to talk about how to create a directory. That is, so what is the relevant is there? Relevant attribute to create a directory.
Make directories.
Make directory. What else is there?
MKDIR.
MKDER. So we have certain options, right? MKDER, make DRS. Got it? So let's start with MKDER. What is MKDER and what is the difference between make DRS? Okay. So I'm in desktop. You all know that. Now I'm going to create a folder called os.mkdir. I'm going to say sample. The folder was created. Got it? If I say sample slash one, what happened? This will create a folder one in it. Got it? Now when I say I'm going to delete this, when I say 1/1, so the folder was not exist. I mean the parent is not exist. So the for MKDER the parent must be exist. Then only it will create the relative structure. I mean, uh, so if we here it will actually create the depth child. So it will actually going to create two alone, not this complete part. So sample is exist, but one was not exist. So it will raise what?
Parent 1 is not found.
File not found error. That's it. The file not found error. It leads to file not found error. Got it? So this is mkdir. So mkdir will create directory if it is exist. Otherwise it won't. Understand? Got it? So
Here we are trying to create the folder 2, right? But 1 is not available.
yes, that's
In
why
the
it's
case,
raising it. Yeah.
in the case, the file 1 is not available. The directory 1 is not available. That should be the error, right?
Yes. That says it says
Directory.
no such file directly. So mkdir will create a depth child, the least child, if parent exists. The parent does not exist, so it won't create it. Understand? So even if I say I'm going to create a file call one, see, now again it will raise an error, not a directory. It says what is that? It is not a directory. The one is exist, but it is not a directory. Got it? Now we're going to talk about OS dot make DARS. What it is? It is called recursive directory structure. Okay, so here I'm going to create sample 1/2. So one is not at all exist, right? So this will create a parent if it is not exist. It will take care of the recursive structure. Got it? Now I'm not going to. So I have create deleted samples also. If I say make dir, what happened?
He already created, right?
No, I don't have a sample. What happened? mkdir. I told you
File
mkdir
not.
will create depth child if parent is exist. File not found error. Got it?
Yeah.
So make dir is not that. It is a recursive. If it is not exist, it will create the complete structure. You will get the complete structure. Understand? That is the difference between mkdir and make drs. Got it? Understand? That is different between make drs and mkdir. So let's move on to remove. So what is there for rm? Remove. rmdr and remove drs. Such similar one. Can you try to figure it out what it is? The exact same one. Make drs, remove drs. rmdr, mkdir. What it might be? rmdr will remove.
Remove directory.
What is that? What might be the difference between remove drs and rmdr? Figure it out. What might be RM remove DRS and RMDR? Just before I told you, right? In make DRS, I told you, right? It's a similar one. I told you it's a similar. Make means what? Make means
Creating.
create. Remove means delete. Then what it is? What is the difference? What is what I told you the difference between make DRS and MKDR?
R&DR will delete the particular directory, but remove directory will remove a recursive.
What is the difference? I said this will deals with what I said. I particularly mentioned this will deals with only depth child. Understand?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Movidya.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what it is? What is the difference? So this will deals with only depth child, right? So when I say RMD here, hello,
It's going
yeah,
to remove the
remove the child. So child 2 was removed. Understand? If it is
Right.
not exist, so now it is not exist, right? This will lead to an error. No such value directly. Now, how about the remove DRS?
remove the parent also.
The complete structure. The if 2 is not exist, now it is 1 is there, right? See that the complete structure was removed. Got it? Understand? Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So try the renames. Okay, I'll leave it for you in exercise. What is rename? It's a folder rename file renames. Rename file or directory. Okay, you need to give a source and destination. What happens? This will rename your file or directory. Got it? I'll create. Got it? This is what rename. If you say semicolon, will it work or not, or will it lead to syntax error? If you mistakenly gave any semicolon, will it lead to error or it will work?
It will work, I guess.
Hello. Just think it's an interview question or something. If I gave semicolon at the end, will it work or not?
I think yes.
Hello. 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 Am I audible?
Yeah, yes. Audible.
Hello.
Yes.
What happens? Will it lead to error or not? Hello.
It will work, bro.
It will work because we all know what is semicolon. Semicolon is for line continuation. We can continue in the same line. That's why we're using semicolon. Okay. Now, so this is all about a function relevant, and we can change the directory with the help of chdir is there. So this will change your current working directory. Okay, and you can use get cwd to find your current working directory. Got it? This is something similar to pwd in shell. So it's print working directory, right? This is something similar with it. So here we are actually talking. We are saying get current working directory. Got it? So this is a similar command like pwd. So we can say pwd. Why we need to say get cwd? That is, so it is a cross-platform commands. In case if you are in a Windows, pwd won't work because in Windows it is different, right? So this will handle the so if you use Pythonic way of doing the attribute like say get cwd, Python will take care of the command, the relevant command, so that it will take out the relevant. It's actually depends upon OS. It will choose the what is the better one. So if it is a Linux, it will say pwd. In Windows, it will say it's a different one. Got it? For ls, it will use when you say listdir. In in Linux, it will choose the ls. In Windows, it will choose dir. It will take care of the corresponding commands. It depends upon OS. That's why we are using Pythonic attribute instead of the native shell scripting. Got it? So to make a cross-platform application, that is the usage of this one. And so now we'll move on to the shell scripting. So how to execute the shell commands with the help of Python. And we'll move on to once again with what is available. And for to execute shell command, we have certain things. OS.system. Okay. So OS.system will, so you need to pass it as a string. Say ls. You can pass anything you want. Just say this. Got it? We have to use OS.system and it will execute and it will return 0. That's it. That is what OS.system going to do. Execute the command in subshell. That's it. This will simply execute your shell script inside your Python terminal and you can retrieve the output. That's it. Got it? This is called, this is the way how, so Piyush asked me, right, how to execute shell command. This is the way to execute. And this is one of the way, and we can do in a such way. So we need to import thing called from from subprocess, or if you can say import subprocess. We have a lot of way to do that. So say subprocess dot call. This will work in a similar way. Got it? But here you need to pass it as a list, and if it is single, it is fine. I think if it is single one, it is fine. If you want to add a more than one, you need to keep it as a list, and you need to give it as a list inside. Got it? So subprocess.call will work like a OS.system, and subprocess contain one more option called p open, the process open. What it is? So you are say, just assume you are executing some setting shell command, and it is a huge one. Say for example, it's a file transfer. Okay, so you all know Python is a line well in execution and it's a synchronous. So if you are transferring a 10 GB of file, and what happened, it is a shell scripting, shell command, right? So it is executed in different process. It will take a different process and you don't need to wait for that, because if you are transferring 10 GB of file, it will take seconds and minutes, right? You don't need to wait for it and your program should move on, right? In that case, if you choose this way, and I'm transferring in this way, right? Like a or sync or doing something. What happened? You need to wait for that process to complete, and it is really unwanted. So we can go with p open. What happened? This will create it as a thread, and it will reside in this process. You will get a process ID. With the help of process ID, you can track your condition anywhere, anytime you want to. Just say ls. So this is actually created a process, and out simultaneously you will get the outputs. Say p. This was created in the p, dr of p. So p dot pid, you will get the process ID, and if you want to make wait, you can say wait, and in stdin you will get the standard input, that is what you have passed. In std out you will get this one, what is actually returning it. And SDR, if your command raises any error, it will track through SDR. In case of in a file transmission, you got any error, you can track it through SDR. Got it? So there is a no error, so it says empty. Got it? Yes. So you need to, while you specifying that, you need to say that HDR. You need to specify this, okay, and it will actually tracking your process output. So the error and everything will be tracked in this. So this is the difference between subprocess popen and OS system. If you are going to execute your shell scripting and this won't be synchronous, you need to wait until the command supposed to end. But when you use a popen, it won't be. It will create a process, independent process. It will be executed in simultaneously, and you can proceed with your code. Okay, and if you want to stop, you just say p.kill. You can say p.kill. The process will be terminated. Even if it is if it is stuck in between, or if you want to resume it, you can do with this method with the help of popen. Got it? This is the advantage of popen over this one. And if you want to terminate, you can terminate. If you want to kill the process, you can kill it with the help of these commands. Just say p.kill or p.terminate. You can do anything you want. Okay? But you won't able to achieve it through suppressor.call or os.system. It's going to the all it's no is just to execute what you're getting as an input. That's it. That is what it's going to do. Otherwise, you won't able to be on anything beyond that. Understand? Are you clear?
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Am I audible?
yes.
Yeah. So this is about running a shell script with the help of Python. So any doubts in this? Okay. So here after we're going to talk about advanced level of operations which is available. So one of you, I think, is Sindhil asked me. So the how to check whether the process is running or not. I will show you that. So for that we have to use a module called psutil. That is process util. Okay. Say psutil dot process iter. I'm going to check. So this will actually give you as a generator, and we can extract it through. This will list out the all the process which is running in my machine. Will be a huge number. So it is actually 352 process running, and I want to sort it out. I need a Skype alone means I'm going to say I dot name if Skype name. Okay. So how many processes? This is around just four processes running as a Skype. So you might notice it is in a quick launch pod, there is one is running, and here one Skype is running, and background you all know Skype using a shortcut. So because whenever you use a send message, it is supposed to retrieve, right? So in a backend there is a certain process running. Got it? So this is all about a Skype process. And if you want to kill it, you can do it in only one command. Just say kill. Okay, so let's see, all the process will be terminated. And if you want a process ID, just say get PID. You will get a process ID. So your process is running in this command. You can kill it through os.kill also, 3345, and Yesterday I told you, right, the signal here you need to pass a signal. P I didn't kill. You need to say okay. You need to say okay or any number. One is fine, or you need to say okay. That OS dot or okay or something. Or instead just pass a number. That is more than enough. The signal is enough. The process will be terminated. See that? The Skype was terminated. Got it? Now there is a no Skype at all. I have killed the main process, so everything was dependent. So if I kill one, the rest of the process was killed because it's a main. So this is child. This is actually depends upon this. When you kill a main, the sub process also killed. Got it? So when you use OS.kill, you need to pass signal. Signal might be a number. I told you right yesterday. If this is a wait, it will be wait. And if I'm saying one, this is actually kill everything also. It is depends upon the signals. The relevant child also kill. Got it? So we'll discuss in detail in next class what is PSUtil and what is process site actually doing. Okay, this is called process util. We'll discuss in detail. So any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay, just I'm giving an introduction. We will discuss in detail.
Okay.
So bye guys. We'll see you next class. Okay, we'll be on Monday. Okay. In the meantime, please do practice. There is an issue with my mic. Let's see. Okay. So we'll see. Please go through that. From next class, we will talk about a GUI programming. So it will be so much interesting. We have 2 days of time. Please do the practice and get back to me if you have any doubts. You can reach me at any time you want. Okay. So we'll see next week. So bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.